Every leap in American history has needed breakthrough energy.
Ignition, liftoff.
Now, AI is here, and Chevron is working to power it. We're aiming to develop multi-gigawatt power plants near data centers, designed with future pathways to lower carbon intensity. AI gets the power it needs, communities get the jobs, and the grid stays strong. Powering AI today builds America's next superpower.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Welcome to another episode of Your Call, presented by the Headset app. Today we're joined by Matt Hennesy, head coach at Pawhuska High School in Oklahoma. In this episode, Coach Hennesy walks us through a powerful tradition that's become a staple in his program, Pink Night. But this is more than just wearing pink. It's about honoring local cancer warriors, building community, and giving players a deeper sense of purpose. If you're looking for a meaningful way to impact lives through your football program, this is one idea you'll want to hear. Before we get into that, let's hear about our partner, the Headset app. Every coach knows communication can win or lose a game, but on Friday night, the last thing you want to worry about is your headset system cutting out or your budget taking a hit and trying to replace it. That's why more programs are switching to the Headset app, the reliable wireless coaching communication system built for coaches by coaches. It's affordable, easy to set up, and designed to perform under pressure. Whether you're on the sideline, in the press box, or across the field, the Headset app keeps your staff connected and your game plan clear. Don't wait until your next communication costs a drive. Visit theheadsetapp.com, go to the App Store and download it now, and you could be up and running by this afternoon with their easy-to-use app and the equipment you have right there with your phone. Most coaches use their AirPod Pros in-game and in practice. You have a number of different channels you can use. It's easy to add coaches so that everybody is on your communication. And the best part, it is extremely affordable with no contracts. You can shut it off when the season ends. The Headset app is the clear, reliable, game-ready communication system you need now. Go to theheadsetapp.com to learn more. Let's hear from Coach Hennesy about Pink Night.
Hey, I'm Matt Hennesy. I'm head football coach at Pawhuska High School in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. What I'm going to talk to you today about is a little idea that we came up with 13 years ago that's really been a difference maker. I get asked a lot about this, about where we came up with the idea, how to do it. It's basically how to handle Pink Night, how to handle your cancer awareness night. A lot of us have ways we do it. You know, we have a cancer awareness night. We let the kids wear pink wristbands or whatever your case may be. I had a problem with, and I am very, very structured on what color we wear. Kids are going to wear the same color. They're going to wear the same color socks. We're all going to look alike every game. So I had a problem with all October. Kids just wanted to wear pink just because it looked cool. So I was researching, trying to figure out what would be a good way to get the most out of this and actually honor our cancer warriors, raise money, do something, make it meaningful for my players as well as other people. So first I thought I stole an idea from a guy. I was going to charge $5. If you wanted to wear something, you had to pay $5 for everything you wore and then donate the money to the American Cancer Foundation. Well, I was kind of thinking that was the way I was going to go. And then all of a sudden I was watching flipping through the ESPN and saw a girls basketball game, and the girls were wearing pink jerseys and they had somebody else's name on the back. I thought, man, that's genius. So we stole the idea, like I said, about 13 years ago. And basically here's the way it goes, just to break down how it goes. You want to get it done early. So first week of September, August, if you can. You talk to your kids about, and once you establish the program, obviously they know what it is, but early on in it, talk to them about how important this is going to be. They're going to wear the name of somebody else on the back of their jersey instead of their name. So they're going to play for somebody else, somebody that's a warrior, somebody that's battled something way worse than a sprained ankle, way worse than a blown out knee, way tougher than being tired in the fourth quarter, whatever it is. So get a name from them. Do you have some of your family? Have them talk to their parents. That's the big thing. And honestly, one of the biggest hardships, I guess you'd say, in this deal is a lot of times families have more than one person, unfortunately, that they want to honor. So I usually just fill it to them as, hey, your kid's going to be here for 4 years. Do one this year, do one next year. We're going to do this every year. So, by the time you get done, you can have one for everybody. But the flip side of that is some kids won't have anybody. They don't, luckily, thank goodness, nobody in their family cancer's touched their life, or friends or family. Most kids have, but if they haven't, then you say, okay, great. I will find somebody for you. So the ones that do, you get their names, you write them down, make sure your spelling's right, because once you put it on there, you can't change it. So have them call their mom, whatever, have the mom send it to them, make sure it's right. That was a thing we ran into early on doing it when I wasn't very, very adamant about making sure the spelling's right. Get that right. And then the ones that you don't, figure out how many jerseys you're going to have. Like I put my water girls in jerseys. We put our cheerleaders who jumped in the program. They're in jerseys. We put our sideline chain gang in jerseys. We get as many jerseys as possible because the more jerseys you get, the more money you're going to make. So however many jerseys you have left that are blank, you can put that out on your social media and say, hey, this year we have 12 jerseys. Start bidding. How much you want to pay to have the name of somebody on the back of this jersey? So during this process, we meet with our booster club and we have a group, and we try to identify somebody locally. And that's where I think it is huge. There's somebody locally in your community, and sometimes we've had 2 people, sometimes we've had 1, that you're going to donate all the money to. So this is a straight fundraiser for them. It really brings your community together. So you get the names, you get them all in there. Make sure like I said, order your jerseys early. I've started getting my jerseys from BSN. J.R. Rollo is my sporting goods rep, and I've started ordering from them. They have their own brand of jersey, so it's not a Nike or anything. So it's inexpensive, but it holds up well. It's a great jersey, but it's sublimated. They turned them this last year in just a little over 2 weeks for me. So you can get them done fairly quickly, but they look great. Matter of fact, I've got one right here. This is our Osage sponsor this year. It's a pink jersey with somebody else's name on the back, whatever they call them. You may have grandma on the back, Granny B, Uncle Jim, whatever they want to put. I don't care. I don't limit that. I let them put whatever they want on the back of their jersey. So then you get your jersey in. When you put the roster out for that game, it says it on there. You put it out on your social media, those names. Your announcer all game. Tackle by Granny June. And it's awesome. The crowd gets into it. And, a lot of times it's people that are warriors that have battled it and won, and they're sitting in the stands. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes, cancer got them, and so they're fighting tough. But during the game, so this is the next piece. So you get your jerseys, you wear them, you do all that. The great thing is the big piece for me, for my team, is the motivational piece of talking to my kids the day before the game when we ordered the jerseys, then the day before the game, then right in pregame of remember who you're representing. You're representing that name on the back. That name on the back is somebody, again, who battled something a lot tougher. When you get tired in the fourth quarter, I don't want to hear you're tired because think about that name on the back of your jersey. And just side note, 13 years, we've never lost a pink night. I don't know if it's because of the jerseys. I don't know if it's because they play harder. I don't know, but we've never lost a game on that night. But during the game, you have a silent auction. So you have somebody set up, and we did it digitally this year and old school down by the concession stand. We also did it digitally where they could go online and do it. And people are bidding constantly. And we start the bidding off at $75 for a jersey. If you don't get a sponsor, it's going to cost you about $60 a jersey. So you're not going to make a ton. So another piece is try to get a sponsor. Try to get a sponsor for that night. This year, the Osage Nation sponsors. So they paid for all the jerseys. So we had zero overhead. So every bit of money we raised went straight to our cancer recipient, to our fundraising recipient. So we play during the game. They're all bidding. They're seeing, oh, this person bid 75. I'm going to bid 80. I'm going to bid 90. We had one night where we had 2 brothers down there, and his mom's name was on the back of the jersey. It was the nephew was wearing it. It was the 2 uncles. Jersey ended up going for $600. Because they kept going back and forth on who wanted this jersey. And really, they were just doing it to kind of give to the program. But, there's been some super cool nights on this night. One year we had a young man, he was a 7-year-old boy who had, unfortunately, had cancer, and he loved football, and he loved Batman. He loved football and Batman. And I was talking to him one day, and we decided we were going to do the fundraiser for him. And he was telling me about the fact that he had really wanted to ride in a helicopter. He'd ridden in a helicopter twice, but he didn't remember because both times, unfortunately, been being rushed to the hospital, been life flighted, and he'd survived it. So that night we had custom jerseys made, and they actually had our logo on top of the Batman wings, and they're black jerseys with hot pink lettering and all that. It also worked out to where that night my quarterback was setting the every Oklahoma record for completions and all that. So we had every media outlet there. Anyway, we flew the little boy. We got him a jersey too. We flew him in on a helicopter. He brought the game ball in. the end of the game, we actually let him run a play. Just a night that maybe one of the greatest nights in my coaching career. I've been doing it 30-some years, and that night still to this day, those moments, I can remember that way better than I can remember a lot of plays we've won. I've won state championships. I've done different things, but I remember that. And that's the kind of things you're trying to create here. But so at the end of the day, you get all the money raised, however much you raise. We try to have whoever our cancer warrior is, be the honorary captain that game. Have them come out if they're able. Sometimes they've been pretty not in a good place, physically, where they couldn't. But if we can, we try to have them come out and do the coin toss. That's always a neat piece. Then we have them come back to the next game, or a family member, whoever can, and we present the check to them at the next home game on how much we've raised. The cool things, it's usually between $6,000 and up to $22,000. For the little boy, we raised $22,000. So you can raise a lot of money from it, but it's more about the awareness. It's more about making your kids understand, hey, there's a lot of things out there way tougher than football. There's way tougher than losing a game and, than 4th and goal and not getting it. A blown out knee, it's tougher than that. So making your kids understand that, representing somebody besides just wearing pink. Because I think that's what unfortunately, a lot of that's turned into. It's just kids wanting to wear pink. So another thing we do with that, a little piece is I always call the opposing coach and let him know. Because really, half the time, I don't know if the jerseys are legal because we go with the smaller number a lot of times. This year, we went with a big number. I mean, sometimes they're not exactly. I want the opposing coach to know what's going on, but I do something for him because something in his community's happened too. So I have him give me a number and a name, and we make a jersey for him. And I present it to the head coach at midfield before the game starts, so everybody kind of understands what's going on. We understand that their community's fighting cancer just like our community is. It kind of just brings everybody together right there. But, just some little things I would remind you of in wrapping this up is order it early. Okay, don't put it off, then all of a sudden be into September and you've only got one game in October and you're trying to give your sporting good guy a week to get him here. It's not going to happen. Okay, so order early, plan ahead, try to get a sponsor if you can. If you get a sponsor, that's going to take out that big chunk that it costs you to do it, and then just let you give more to whoever your recipient is. Do a jersey for the opposing coach. Have the warrior be an honorary captain if possible. And then just the stressing to your players of why we're doing this. We're not doing it to wear pink. We're not doing it because it looks cool tonight. It's a really cool looking jersey. We're doing it for that name on the back. And that name on the back is somebody that we love, or I tell them a lot of times, I said, because sometimes you're going to have kids that don't know the name on their back. And I tell those players, look, you should be honored. Somebody wants to put somebody that they love that much on your back. So the kids all really buy into that. And then at the end of it, I bring the jerseys in, I launder them, and then we let them pick them up as soon as they're paid for. This year, we just began online, most of it online. They were able to pay online. It was super easy. I could just check, boom, the kids could take them home to their parents or whoever, or if somebody else bought it. A lot of times it gets into a bidding war of people they don't even know that knew that person, and they want to bid on it. They want that jersey because there's something they want to do with it, present it to them or whatever. But again, just a little idea, when they reach out to me and ask something special, we do a lot of great 2-point conversion stuff. We do some things that are unique in our program. But this is the one thing I think I get asked about, and the one thing that I think in the last 2 communities I've been in has made the biggest difference. If you ask the community something we do for the community and for our team to bring everybody together, this is one of those things.
That wraps up this episode of Your Call with Coach Matt Hennesy. His story shows us that football can be more than just wins and losses. It can be a vehicle for compassion, connection, and community strength. By honoring others and teaching players the value of playing for something bigger than themselves, Coach Hennesy has created a legacy far beyond the field. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a fellow coach and consider how your program can create a night that truly matters. And for your communication needs, remember our partner, the Headset app. Don't wait for another headset failure to cost you a drive. Visit theheadsetapp.com and get your staff connected before kickoff this week.